Hello, everybody. This is José Ignacio from the Uncomfortable Dialogues 2022. Thank you very much for joining us today. We value your participation and feedback. For today's dialogue, we have the privilege of talking to a Renaissance woman. Her name is Aline Clavelina. Aline has worked in multiple functions from systems to marketing, operations, and general management. She has also worked in 5 or 6 global corporations in 3 continents. In terms of recognition, she belongs to the top 50 most influential women in Mexico, according to Grupo Expansión, and she's the proud recipient of the top 14 Women to Watch from Ad Latina. Aline is truly the incarnation of the 4 virtues described in my book, which means never settle. Aline, welcome to the Uncomfortable Dialogues 2022. How are you doing?
Fine, great. Thank you very much for inviting me to this session.
Aline, from a leadership standpoint, can you tell us what has changed?
Absolutely. COVID came to change a lot of things that we thought it was for sure. We assumed there was for sure. One of them, for example, the first one is just to learn that anything you need to cope with uncertainty higher than ever. And when you try to lead a company or to take decisions in order to take a brand to a higher ground, you want to assume that you have some variables controlled. Yeah. But after COVID, almost nothing was controlled. So I need to learn how to cope with that and how to be flexible enough just to learn and just pivot and change the name of the game on time. I think that's the most valuable thing that COVID left me. Another thing is, of course, is you need to learn again how to do things because of our experience in the past. There was a time that we assumed that, okay, we know everything, we have enough experience, and we know how to tackle any matter. But suddenly when COVID came, suddenly the digital ecosystem just boost, and it made you uncomfortably ignorant in order to, and you need to start learning about it. Okay, maybe before I was not so concerned about understanding the digital ecosystems as in a deep sense, or the data science analytics. But now the only window that you have in front of the consumer is the digital window. The world is shut down, and you need to keep working and taking the business forward. So I think that those are the main learnings.
Aline, based on the traditional model, a leader should have all the answers to all probable questions. How can you possibly do that if you are living in a VUCA world, where crafting a perfect plan with all the facts at hand appears to be an Herculean task? Can you do that in today's environment?
Absolutely not. I think that one of the key assets that a leader has is just to be humble enough, just to recognize we don't have all the answers, and even less right now and today. So when we started working with the team, we said, guys, these are the assumptions of the week. So we need to be flexible and humble enough in order to recognize that we don't have the answers, but we need to stay curious and willing to learn continuously in order to be able to act in an agile way.
Is your life more uncomfortable now?
Life has become exciting because I think that this is a very important moment that everybody is living. Personally, in my situation, I always been a curious person, but sometimes, and I recognize sometimes when you get the stability that you have always dreamed of, you start being a little bit more, less willing to try new things. And the COVID, in my case, awoke in me all a new wish to be curious and to stay trying new things. And I'm going to tell you only one example, and this is a very personal example. When everything shut down, I was just restless. What can we do? There was no offices, no nothing, not even shopping. Everybody was just shut down. The meetings were digitally, but we just started learning. So what do I do with my time? So that's the moment where I decide to learn scuba diving. Scuba diving was the only activity, outdoor activity allowed and open, because the COVID was not going to catch you
Yeah,
under
it doesn't work
underwater.
in the water.
So it was a complete challenge to me, because I used to be afraid of water. I think that another important asset that I learned is just to being resilient. And I think that resilience is one of the most important qualities that, as an individual, as a leader, we must have.
Aline, your final words for this exciting dialogue today?
COVID is only the start of a different challenges that we as humanity will be facing, and we have always faced a lot of other challenges. The problem is that all the challenges didn't came at the same time for all the countries. So COVID is one of the first ones that say, you know what, all of us are inside of this problem. So we will learn. We need to learn to live with that, and we need to start thinking that business and, again, and purpose are not different things. Now, the most successful business from now and go on will need to have a purpose, planet purpose, people purpose, health purpose. Another thing that this situation will change us is about trust. There were a lot of industries and companies that didn't feel comfortable by letting people or associates work from home or remotely.
Yeah.
Because everybody think in our usual old thinking, we say people needs to be there in order to for me to ensure that they are working and they are focusing in the business.
Well said, Aline. Without trust, there is no leadership. I really appreciate today's conversation with you. Thank you very much for your time, and certainly I enjoyed your experience with scuba diving. And for everybody else watching this dialogue, if you happen to have any question to Aline or to myself, just make sure that you drop a note here in LinkedIn and YouTube, and we will get back to you. Thank you.